Good morning students. This video is for class 6th, lesson number 3, a word processor tabular presentation. In this lesson we are going to discuss how to create, format and edit a table. Okay. Now before going into these details, let us first understand what is a table and why do we need a table. Okay. Now to put it in the simplest word, a table is a grid of row lines and column lines that intersect one another. The result of this intersection creates rectangular shaped boxes that are called as cells, and data value is entered in each of these cells. The row lines are the horizontal lines that run from left to right, and the column lines are the vertical lines that run from top to bottom. Now let us understand this in a better way with the help of a basic structure or diagram of a table. As you can see students, on the screen is a basic structure or diagram of a table. Now here these are the horizontal or the row lines that is running from left to right. These are your row lines, and these are the column lines that is running from top to bottom, right? As these column lines are intersecting the row lines, you see these rectangular boxes are formed. Just follow my mouse pointer. These are the rectangular boxes that are formed, and each of these rectangular boxes is called as a cell. Okay. Now the vertical collection of cells placed one below the other is called as columns or fields. So here is column 1, here is column 2, here is column 3, here is column 4. And the horizontal collection of cells placed next to one another is called a row or a record. Okay, so this is row 1, this is row 2 and this is row 3. Fine. Now the different columns, each of these columns, which is also called as a field, is going to store similar type of data value. For example, the column 1, the heading is name. Now this indicates that this column is going to store only the names. Names can be of different of students, can be of different products, can be the names of employees and so on, depending on what the table is created. Similarly, now this particular table is storing the details of the students. That is why the next column is class. Now class in this column heading is class. That indicates that this column is going to store the different classes in which the students are studying. And total mark, this is the third column, total mark, that indicates that this column is going to store only the total marks of different students. Fourth column is percentage, that indicates that this column is going to store the percentage of each of the students. So the point is, column stores similar type of data. Now coming to row, as I have already told you, row is a horizontal collection of columns. Now each row gives a complete information about a particular student or a product or employee on which the table is created. Okay, for example, if I write here this is the name of the student, class 6th, total marks suppose say 500 and percentage is 50%. Okay, now let us say the third row, Ishani, class 6th, $720 total mark, let us say 72%. So each record, each record gives a complete information about a particular student called Asutosh. This record, this row 3 also, which is also a record that gives a complete meaning for the student named Ishani. Okay, so next go for how to create the table. Now let us see how to create a table. Now one of the important point that you have to remember before creating a table is that you have to place the cursor at the right place where you want the table to appear. Now as you can see on the screen, this is my cursor blinking at this point. Now if I want to go for creating the table will appear exactly at this point. So after putting or placing the cursor at the right place on the screen, you go to the insert menu, right? Click on the insert menu and from there click on the down arrow of the table option. Now when you click on that, you see some square boxes are appearing. Now this you can choose if you want very fast to create a table with some fixed number of rows and columns. Otherwise you can go to the option insert table, right? Now when you click on the insert table option, the insert table dialog box appears. Here you have to specify the number of columns and the number of rows taking which the table will get created. Now for specifying the number of rows and columns, you have a spinner, right? As you all can see, here is a set of up arrow and down arrow for the column and also for the rows. This is called a spinner. Selecting the clicking on the up arrow will increase the value and clicking on the down arrow will decrease the value. So as per your requirement, you can use the up arrow or down arrow to reach at the exact number of the columns and rows that you want for your table. For example, I want the number of columns to be 5. Exactly it is here, so it is showing 5. Let us say if it is not there also, I can select. See, I am clicking on the up arrow 2, 3, 4 and 5. Once I reach at the desired number of columns, I take the mouse pointer and move to the number of rows. There also I want how many rows depends. Suppose I want 4 rows, so presently it is showing 2, so I need 2 more. The more means up arrow, this becomes 3, this becomes 4. Now I have got the desired number of columns and rows specified. Then I'll click on the OK button. Once I am clicking on the OK button, a table with that many rows and 5 columns and 4 rows are appearing on the screen. Okay. Now once the table is created, next work is how to write inside the table. Now you can write inside the table with the help of a cursor. So the cursor has to move from one cell to the another cell in order to text to be typed in the cell. So by default the cursor is present in the leftmost top cell of the table. So suppose say I write here name. Okay, I'll make it all capital, name. Then go to the next cell, right? So either you take the mouse pointer and click here, or you can just press the tab key on the keyboard. Right, from the keyboard press the tab key, the cursor will jump to the next cell. So there you write class. I am pressing the tab key, so directly I go to the next one, section and total mark, one more tab key and percentage. Okay, so like this, by pressing now, if you want to go to the next row, just take your mouse pointer, click, or you can use the down arrow. If you want to move down the cells, press the down arrow of the cells, the up arrow. You can also take the help of moving from towards the right from one cell to the other. Your arrow keys can be used, tab keys can be used, mouse pointers. It's up to you, whichever you find easier. So move from one cell to other and fill the table with your required details. Okay. Now that we have learned how to create a table, let us now see how to add some formatting features to the table. Okay, now formatting means adding some special or some extra features to the table which will make the table more attractive and appealing. As you can see on the screen are few of the formatting features that can be applied to a table. So the first one is applying design to the table. Second one, applying border to the table. Third is applying shading to the table, and lastly applying alignments to the table. Now let us see how to apply each of this formatting feature to our table that we have already created. Okay, now let us go back to the table. This was the table that we had created. Now before applying the formatting features, first let us fill up this detail table with the details. Some random names, class and sections we will choose. I'm using the caps lock. Class 6th, section C, total marks 550, percentage is 55%. I may not be very correct in my percentage calculation. I'm not calculating just like that randomly. I'm using 6th class, section is A, 400, let us say 40%, and this is okay, the 6th section is B, let us say 720, 72%. Okay, these are the few random details we have entered. Okay, now applying the first formatting features is that is to apply designs. Okay, now for that you just select the table. As you can see, this is a four-sided arrow mark is present. For selecting the entire table, you just click on it. The entire table is selected, or else you can put the mouse pointer and then you can drag also, and then you go for to the table tools option, right? Under that, click on the design button. Now some predefined designs are there. Here down arrow, more option is there. Click on it. It will show you a list of designs available for the table. Now it is your choice, whichever table design appeals you more, you can select that. Let us say I will go for this one. Just click on it. The design is applied to your table. Now the next formatting features is to apply border to the table. As you see, this horizontal and vertical lines are not very prominent, so we can do that by applying border to the table. Similarly, select the entire table by clicking on that, and then go to the design, and here you have the border option. Click on that and all borders, right? So the row lines and column lines are becoming prominent. Okay, the next formatting feature was how to apply shading to the table. Now the shading can be applied to the entire table or a portion of a table. Okay, now that is up to you which part of the table you want to shade. Let us say I want the heading to be shaded, so I will select the heading, the entire heading I will select, and then again we will go to the table tool option. From there, design, and then shading option, right? Click on this, you get a color list of colors are there. Whichever is suitable for you, you can select that. Let us say this one. Okay, so this is how, even single cell also you can select. Suppose this is the cell you want to apply the shading. Go to design, shading, and select a shading color. So this is how you apply shading to the different selected part of the table. Okay, the last formatting feature is alignment. Let us understand what is alignment. Alignment is nothing but the positioning of the text inside a cell. Now this alignment is of two types. One is your vertical alignment, the other one is your horizontal alignment. Vertical alignment can further be divided as top, center, and bottom, and horizontal alignments are further divided as left, center, right, and justify. So this is cell alignment, which is of primarily two types: vertical alignment and horizontal alignment. Vertical alignment is again of three types: top, center, and bottom. On the top we have top left, top center, top right, center left, center, and center right. Bottom, bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. Horizontal alignment: left align, center align, right align, and justify. Now after this, let us see how can we apply this alignment features to our table. Okay, now we will go back to the table that we have created. Now these alignment features can be applied, different alignment features can be applied to different parts of the table depending on our requirement. Okay, now let us say I want this heading, the first line of this table, to be aligned center. Okay, now from the table tools option, click on the layout, and then come here are your alignment options, right? So when you take your mouse pointer to each of them, their respective names appear. So this is your align top left, your align top center, your align top right. This is your align center left, align center, align center right, align bottom left, align bottom center, and align bottom right. Now as per your requirement, you can select any one. I am selecting the center one. Okay, so similarly this also, all this details of the table also I want to align. Okay, so I will select everything. Then from tables, tools, and layout option, I'll go to the alignment, and then the same thing I will select. Sorry, it did not get selected. Okay, come again, check. From tables, tools option, layout, alignment, and this. Okay, I'm selecting the center alignment. So all the details of the table are centrally placed. Okay, so as per your requirement, you can go on changing the different alignment options. Now let us discuss about some of the editing features that can be applied to a table, to our table. The different features are as follows. First is how to insert row and columns in an existing table. We can also delete rows and columns. That is the second editing feature. We can change the row height of the table, column width of the table. We can merge cells of a table. Merging means combining two or more cells into a single cell. Okay, and splitting cells means one cell can be divided into a number of cells. So these are the few editing features that can be applied to your table. Now let us go back to the table that we have already created and apply each of these editing features and learn how to do them. Okay, first is inserting row column. Okay, we will go, this is the table that we have already created. First we will see how to insert rows and columns. First we will see how to insert row, then we will see how to insert columns, and one after the other. Okay, now click in a cell where you want a row to be created or new row to be created or inserted, and then you go to, from the table tools option, go to the layout, and here is your, this is for insert row above the existing row. This option, if you are choosing, this is inserting the row below the existing or the selected row. Okay, now suppose say I want above the row in which my cursor is present, this new row will appear just above that. Now these are the options for inserting rows and columns in a table. This is for inserting a row above the existing row, that means above the selected row, and this is for inserting a row below the selected row. So now coming back to the table, students, because the design applied here, the placing of the cursor is not, the presence of the cursor is not visible, but you just check the mouse pointer. Now suppose say I am clicking here in the second row, and then I want a row to appear above the second row. That means in between name and Akash it should appear. So I will go to the table tools, layout, and insert above. Right? You see a row, new row is being inserted. Right? Okay. Now let us cancel it. Now the same cell I am clicking. Okay, yes, the cursor is visible, yeah, very faintly it is visible. Now I want below this existing row, below the new row should be inserted. So again I'll go to table tool option, layout, and insert below. Very easy, insert below, just click on it. You see a new row is getting inserted below the selected row. Okay, same way, if I want, I can delete also, right? I can also delete a particular row or column. Let us say this last name I want to delete. Okay, so again as usual I will put the cursor in the last cell, and here the cursor is visible. You see, just left to the alphabet A it is present, and then I go to the table tools, layout, delete option, down arrow you click, and then I want the entire row to be deleted, so delete rows. It is deleted. If I want to get it back, Ctrl Z, that is for undo, you select, so it comes back again. And then let us say I want to delete a particular column. Let us say I want this section. I do not want this section. So I select, then table tools, layout, delete columns. It goes up. It is deleted. And if you want it back, use the Ctrl Z, it comes back. Okay, now a particular cell also you can delete. Suppose this one, this cell also, simple, this cell you can, this is the second cell present in the second row, I want to delete. So click over here. Same way, layout, delete option and delete cells. Okay, then a delete cell box appears. Shift cells left. Okay, so it is deleted because the cells are shifting towards the left hand side. Here is the empty cell. The previous the cell that was present under the class, that is getting deleted. So the data that were present to the right of that are taking up its place. That is why the last cell is becoming empty. Doesn't mean that this is deleted. No, it's this data has been shifted towards the left. The cell deleted is the second cell of the second row. Okay, I undo it and it comes back, right? Now after that, the next editing features is your changing row height and column width of the table. Okay, let us go back to the table. Changing the column width and row height. Okay, similarly, click on the row for which you want the height of the row should change. Layout, yes, here it is. Height. So this is a spinner also. So you can click on the up arrow. So height of the row is increasing, right? And you want the width of the column to increase. Here the width is there. So increase the, click on the up arrow. The width of the column is also increasing. You see, the width of the column is increasing. Now there is another short. So how to do it? Click on the particular cell on the row or the column for which you want to change the height and the width, and you select. If you want to change the height, click on the up arrow against the height option. If you want to change the width of the column, click on the up arrow against the width option. The column width and the row height will change. There is another shortcut method also for this. Simply you take your mouse pointer. When you point to the border of the columns, you get a two-sided arrow symbol. Just when you get that, click and drag. So this also will increase the your width of the column. Similarly, you want to increase the height of the row. Here also the double side, point to the row lines and drag it down. It will increase the height of the row. So this is simple. Manually also you can do. From that menu option also you can do it. The next two editing features are merging cells of the table and splitting the cells of a table. Merging means combining two cells to become a single cell. Splitting means single cell becoming number of cells or more cells. So let us see that also. We'll go back. We'll use our table. Okay. Now first we will see merging. Let us say these two cells I want to merge. Which one? Class and section. I want to merge these two cells into, merging means combining more cells into single cell. So what I have to do is I select these two cells. You have to select the cells which you want to merge into a single cell. So let us say these two cells I want to merge, making them a single cell. So I will select these two cells. Then again I will go to table tools option. From there layout and then merge cells option. Are you getting that? Table tools, layout and merge cells. Just click on it. You see, class and section, two cells becoming one cell. Okay, now I am cancelling that. Second one is splitting the cells into more. Splitting the cells means one cell getting divided into number of cells. Okay, let us say this one. Which one? Second row, fourth cell, right? This one. So as usual you select You select the cell and then table tools, layout option and split cells, right? Now when you clicking on the split cells options, it is asking you whether you want to divide the cell into number of columns or into number of rows. That means column wise I can divide the cell, or else row wise also I can divide the cell. Means the same cell can become column 2-3 separate cells, column wise or row wise. Okay, that is depending on you. First we will see, both we will see. First column wise I want, let us say 3. This is also a spinner, so as many columns you want, you can get that number by clicking on the up arrow. Let us say 3 columns I want, so I click on the OK button. See, the same cell becoming 3 columns now, right? Okay, I cancel it. Now the same thing row wise I will split. So when after selecting that, we'll go to table tools, layout option, split cells, and then row wise I need it, let us say 3 rows, right? Click on OK. See, column wise already I had divided that, and this is row. Okay, I'll do it again, layout, split cells. Why that column came? Because column number was 2. Now I'll reduce that into 1, and rows I will increase 3. Now check, now the same cell becoming 3 cells. Okay, so students, with this we come to the end of this lesson and end of this video also. Now my suggestion is that these things, as you have seen, are not very difficult, but it needs practice. So I am sure almost all of you have computers at home. So after this class, go open your computer, open your textbook, follow the process given in the textbook and practice in your machine. So practice will make you perfect. Thank you so much.